So our brother Ice Cube has released a video kind of explaining what's been going on with him. Now, we know that Ice Cube came under a lot of attack from the Democrat shills and also those in the Democrat Party, you know, the left-wing white supremacists. They came under attack because he came out with the contract with Black America. He was attacked in many different fronts. First, we had the black feminists attack him, say that what about black women in this contract of Black America? The feminist Vivica Fox, he said at the time, well, it's the contract with Black America means black men and women. What did the feminists say? No. What you got in there about black women? So they attacked him on that. Then Democrat shields like Roland Martin, you know, attacked him on that as well, because we know a Democrat shield like Roland Martin, he can't do nothing on his own without mass on the Democrat Party giving him the thumbs up, the go ahead. You know, we already know what the deal is about him. So that's just on that. So he was just attacked all kind of ways we have not seen this brother attacked, right? How dare Ice Cube said that, you know what? Well, let's talk to both sides. So he had reached out to Biden. What did Biden say? I'll talk to you after the election. Did Biden talk to Ice Cube? No, he actually sent Kamala in a group meeting online to talk to black people, and Ice Cube was there, but he said he didn't stay long because he didn't feel like it was a priority for them at all. He talked to Donald Trump and them, and when he had talked to Donald Trump, they had a back and forth about the contract with Black America, and some elements of the contract of Black America was actually in Donald Trump's platinum plan. Now, I do need to go back over Donald Trump's platinum plan, what he was offering, and see and compare it to what Biden has done or offered for Black America. But Ice Cube has put out a video just explaining some things that's happened to him because he put out the contract of Black America. So let's go roll that clip of Ice Cube, and we just need to expand on that.
Yo, what's cracking? You know what it is. It's your homeboy Ice Cube. And some of you may not have realized that I'm not part of the club. And a lot of you listening to me right here, right now, you're not part of the club either. And what I realized with the club is what makes them so mad is when you don't want to be a part of the club. That pisses them off. What club am I talking about? I'm talking about the club of gatekeepers that we all got to deal with. You know who they are, and they definitely know who they are. A lot of people would be like, what? Who? Come on, man, stop playing. So ever since I put out the contract with Black America, you know they've been with me. Here and there, this and that. But it's cool, you know. I expect that. You know, I've been working with, you know, on the big three for a long time. And you know how they've been with me with that. I done made it, you know, plain, simple, and clear what they've been doing. You know, the NBA been with us. Now, a lot of people might say, like, well, but Cube, you want to work with the NBA. Really, I don't give a f about working with the NBA. What I want them to do, when I say work with us, is to stop working against us. Stop doing that behind the scenes that we know you're doing. Mainstream media, you know, they ain't with us. And that's cool. We can do it ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We still on the rise without these. So we don't need them. You don't need them. You know? So what am I going to do to deal with these gatekeepers? Well, what I'm going to do is go on a Gatekeepers podcast tour. And I'm going to go talk to everybody, you know, and get a chance to get my message out to the people. Be able to let people hear from me, you know. And you know, you might agree, you might not. But the important thing is, you know, for me to go on these platforms, say what I feel about what I think. And, you know, some people may get pissed off because I'm going to talk to everybody. I'm not playing. And it's gonna be a crazy summer. It's gonna be fun. Appreciate y'all. Always support the big three. Hopefully I'm doing stuff that you guys dig. You know, I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for people that's bored as in the summer with summer sports and want something cool like the big three. So here we are. Appreciate you. Much love, much respect from your homeboy Ice Cube. Remember that.
Many times when I made commentaries about Ice Cube, I knew he was going to have a trouble putting out the contract with Black America. I've said many times that look at what they're doing to him. Look how they're trashing his name, all because of this contract with Black America. Now Ice Cube has confirmed everything that I was thinking and saying on our videos. Now, he said that he had a problem with the gatekeepers out there in California, because that's where he at, the Hollywood, LA area. He's had a problem with the gatekeepers ever since he put out the contract with Black America. Now, we know who the gatekeepers are. We know they are affiliated with a particular party, political party. What political party is that? The Democrat Party. And we know the Democrat Party run California is a stronghold. So we know that's the people he had a problem with. Even when he was putting out the contract with Black America, that's the people he had a problem with. Now, Ice Cube was saying, let's listen to both sides. Let's see what both sides have to offer. We just don't need to give our votes to the Democrats. That's what the brother said. Nothing wrong with that. It's like when you're trying to go buy a car. You don't go to one dealership if you're looking for a car. You maybe go to several dealerships to see if you can get the best deal. But according to what the Democrat Party wants for Black America is that you don't go talk to both parties. You only go deal with them. And see, when someone has a monopoly over you, they treat you any kind of way and they don't have to do you right. But when you have choice, now people got to compete for you. You understand? So that's the strategy of going to both sides. But see, one thing that the Democrat Party know they have on black folks to hold them there is emotionalism. All they got to do is say one word: racism. The Democrats can say the Republicans are racist. They're this, they're that. That's all they got to say. And because the majority, yes, I will say it, the majority of Black America is the most emotional group of people I have seen in my life. They don't want to think with logic at all or reasoning. It's emotion. And even scripture teach you not to be making decisions off of emotion. And that's what black folks have been doing. And that's why we're in the position that we're in politically, because we make decisions off of emotion. We do not sit down and say, let's count the cost. Let's see what we're doing. Let's see who these political candidates are. Let's study their records, who they really are. Are they finessing? Are they for real? No. And then when people come to you like that, you actually want to attack them. You want to attack people when they tell you, hey, let's look at this a different way. Let's see both sides. Let's see who these people are. Just because they got a D in front of their name don't mean they're good for us. They don't want to hear it. Because all they have to do is just tell them racism, systemic racism, voting rights. That's all they got to tell them. And then they run out there to vote for them wholesale. So Ice Cube saying that is a problem for the Democrat Party. It's a problem because Ice Cube has a big influence. The brother been around for a long time, all the way back to the 80s and all of the NWA, right? Ice Cube is very popular, still to this day. So for Ice Cube to use his influence and to say, hey, why don't we look at both sides? And the problem with the contract of Black America was basically demanding something. The Democrat Party do not want Black America to demand anything. Only thing you should be happy to do is get your behind up out your house, get in that car, and go down to that voting booth and hit Democrat. That's all the Democrat Party want from Black folk. They don't want to hear your demands. They don't want to hear your gripes. They don't want to hear your complaints. That's all they want you to do. Get out there and vote and keep them in power while they're flooding the country with people just coming across the border. While they're giving them billions of dollars, as in New York just spent $1.2 billion on them coming over there. Chicago, they spent $51 million. They want to spend an additional $25 million, which brings it up to $76 million so far, spending on them coming to their city. But yet 76% of homeless people in the city of Chicago are Black Americans. They won't give them that money, but they'll make sure to give it to people over there. On top of that, as we covered in the podcast, they're going to give them not only jobs, but they're going to give them rental assistance for 6 months. But yet homeless people are on the streets in Chicago, yet they get a place to stay. This is what the Democrat Party has been doing. So when Ice Cube comes out saying, wait a minute, let's look at this thing, what we're doing. Let's have some demands of these people who want to give our vote to. Oh, no, Ice Cube. Now you're messing up the status quo. And we got a problem with that. What is the status quo? The status quo for Black people with money is this. You can get some money, but you can't help out Black people. You can help out your family, like your wife, your children, all the people around you, that's fine. But you cannot help out the Black community. You can't do that. And for sure, you cannot mess with the voting habits of that said community too. We have established that the Black community is, like Calvin Candy would say, the Democrat Party says, these are our N-words, and we do with them wherever the hell we want. That's the Democrat Party right there. Calvin Candy from Django Unchained. That's how they feel about Black people. They don't have to do nothing for Black people because you're theirs. They don't have to pay reparations because you're theirs. You're going to do what they tell you to do. And you're going to like it. If they tell you to wait, you're going to wait because you're theirs. If they tell you not right now, it's not right now because you're theirs. Because you haven't shown me no other difference than what I'm saying because you fight to make sure that you stay the property of the Democrat Party, a.k.a. Calvin Candy. You fight about that. You give up 1,000 excuses while you're his. You're the Democrat Party. They own your behind. They own it. This is why they blatantly disrespect you, because they don't fear you doing anything about it. So if they want to give millions and billions of dollars to people that just come across the border, they're going to do it. If they want to give billions of dollars to Ukraine, they're going to do it. Why? Because you're theirs. The only thing they're going to do for you is say, okay, you go out there and keep me in power. That's the only thing I'm a fight on. I'm going to fight all day about voting rights for you because that's the tool that's used to keep us in power. So yes, I will fight for that for you. That's the only thing I'm going to fight for you. Other than that, I'm not doing a thing for you. I don't want your Haitians in here. I don't want Black immigrants in here at all. I don't want them here, right? I'm going to send them back. So I show my racism, but yet I'm letting the other people in. I mean, clearly you see the racism with the Democrat Party, and yet you guys don't wake up to that. Now, Ice Cube, he talks about, trying to do the big three, saying all the sabotage is happening with the NBA. Now, you would say, well, why would the NBA be trying to sabotage the big three? The NBA is a bigger entity. I mean, everybody knows what the NBA is, XYZ. Well, the reason why the NBA is trying to sabotage the big three is because they don't want competition. The white supremacists play dirty. They don't believe in fair competition. They believe in undermine. They believe in sabotage, and that's what they do. And because they believe in that, you also got to watch even Black people, because Black people working for them will try to come undermine and sabotage what we got going on, whatever that may be. You understand? Now, of course, mainstream media, he was talking about they don't mess with them, basically. Of course not. because mainstream media is not here to promote a black league. They're not here for that. The mistake that a lot of our brothers and sisters are making is that you're trying to go through them, and you're never going to win with that. Let's say like me, you would never know who I was. You would have never heard my voice at all if I was depending on the white supremacist media to give me a voice. They have never gave me anything. I've gotten more opportunities on African networks than I have here in my own country where I live. Right now, I'm working on some things with some of that over there. Nobody here is talking to me about that. And that's fine. I don't want nothing from here. And the reason why I don't want it is because if I can't do me and I can't be me, then I don't want nothing to do with it. It's just that simple. So, of course, they're not going to promote his league. They're not going to promote no black-owned record labels, black-owned food companies, black-owned anything. They're not going to promote it because they look at everything we do as a direct threat to them. Because I told you in many podcasts before, their system is a fake system because it's not built on merit. It's not built on hard work. It's built on white supremacy. They don't know how to be in a equal competition with nobody. They don't know how to do that. So they have to try to undermine black people, even though if black people create something in America, it would benefit them because, hey, new business coming up, doing great, paying taxes, whatever. A lot of innovation in America is stifled because of them. Think about it. They've had black people have created so many inventions, and yet they undermine it, whether it's here in America and also globally too. They undermine every black person that come out with something revolutionary that could help the world. Do you remember that brother? That brother's name was Moses. Forgot the brother's last name. That created that machine that was pulling precipitation out of the air to make clean drinking water, and he was just giving it to people, and they ended up sabotaging that. Do you remember that? And that brother had said at the time, somebody knew what they were doing because there wasn't just no regular vandalism. Of course, there was somebody doing that. I also remember a story. I think it's not Uganda. It's one of them countries. I don't think it was Uganda. They had a brother that created a way to make electricity out of air. And he had created this little piece where he was powering TVs and everything out of the electricity that's in the natural air. Not long after that, that brother got poisoned. Haven't heard from that brother again, or haven't heard about his invention. They've had people that have made engines run off of water. Black people have done so many different things in modern times, and they mysteriously get killed. They must go to jail, come up missing. Something happens to them. These people are so wicked and evil. I'm telling you, we would have more technology in the earth if these people couldn't have access to us like that. Or some sellout. I got to say that too, because a sellout will be the one to try to get at you sometime a little bit faster working for them. So they don't want to see the self-sufficiency of black people. They'll tell you, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, work hard, go to school, do this, do that. They just tell you that. They really don't want you to do that. And Ice Cube is figuring that out. See, as long as he was making music for a white supremacist owned record label and getting them paid, he can make all the records he wants. The moment you start having your own labels, your own distribution, getting your own checks, they got a problem with you. Because in the Willie Lynch letter, it said we must keep them dependent on us at all times. So they have a stake in keeping black America dependent on them. This is why a lot of times your celebrities don't say anything, because it's a consequence if they try to reach out and fight for the people. That's why I always said that if you got a bag, why are you still living here? What for? I would want to be in close proximity to them if I got a bag like that. I own a couple of houses, a couple of spots, in multiple countries, and I just bounce around my different places. Oh, okay, I'm going to live here for 4 months. Okay, I'm going to live there for 4 months. He could be in his multiple houses, not be dealing with them. He could still go on multiple platforms, talk about his contract with Black America, if that's what he wanted to do. He can help fund some, Black-owned businesses with capital. He can do that. He can create, Big Three in other countries. And I guarantee you, if he went over there to throw up a country, he went up to South Africa and did the Big Three, I promise you that'd be put on TV in South Africa. You better believe it would be if he created that. That's why I always tell people that there's more opportunities on the African continent, because these white supremacists are hateful, man. They so hateful, they don't even want to see Black folks have any kind of success. You want to piss the white supremacists off? Be successful. Name calling them, who cares? Be successful. So Ice Cube's problems just really got started with all the gatekeepers and all of the wickedness that going on in Hollywood when he talked about the contract of Black America. I told y'all, the Democrat Party is vicious about keeping you on their particular plantation, keeping the ownership of the Black vote. They will attack other Black people. They will send shields like Roland Martin and Joy Reid and the rest of them to attack you constantly, call you ignorant, call you dumb, call you stupid, like all kind of things. Just very, very vicious to you, because you trying to say, well, let's see what both sides. See, white people don't have to deal with that. White people can go talk to both sides and see who they want to vote for. See, Hispanics, they don't have to deal with that. They can go talk to both sides and see. Asians, all these other groups can go see what both sides have to offer. We are the only group of people who are shamed, demeaned, and basically dehumanized for trying to do what other groups do. Only Black people are treated that way. Black people aren't given a choice in politics. You're not. Because you was given a choice, nobody would shame you. Nobody would say anything to you. Even people, you got people who comedians, other content creators, podcasters, they even jump in on it. I mean, when I be seeing D.L. Hughley jumping in, I'm like, why are you caring? Like, oh, man, go do a comedy set. Why are you worrying about Black people voting for Democrats so much? Well, then it come out that he'd be at the White House with Biden, so it makes sense. So when you see them so hardcore shaming you, when you see them hardcore Democrat like that, then you say, okay, and then later they admit that, yeah, we be up there at the White House. Okay, well, you're a strong Democrat shield operative. Like, you don't have to lower yourself to a freaking operative. Man, just do a comedy tour, man. You got a radio show, like, for real. It's sickening. But it's also an economy on top of that, I told y'all, to keep you voting Democrat. That's why Black voters matter get a bag, because they are invested in keeping you on the Democrat ownership. So let's ask a question. Democrats, why are you so threatened by Black Americans having a choice in voting? Why are you threatened by that? Why? You don't do nothing for Black people. You don't do a freaking thing. And you get mad if a Black person says, maybe we should look at the other side. Or you get upset if a Black person say, you know what? I don't like both sides. I don't like now one of y'all. I'm just going to sit it out. It's dangerous to say that. Why is that? Think about the words they're using. It is dangerous. How is it dangerous for you to sit in your house? Was it dangerous during the pandemic to sit in our homes? A lot of us were relegated to our homes. You said in order for us to be safe from the virus, we need to stay in our homes to avoid contact with people who could have had the virus. Did they not say that? So how is it in a pandemic you say lockdown, stay home so you could be safe, but it's dangerous to stay in my house and not go out and vote for you? That's dangerous? Y'all got to start thinking about the words they're using. No, say what it is. It's dangerous for Black folks to sit in their house, and because if they don't come out of their house and vote for us, then the danger is we lose power. It's a lot of things that y'all do as a Democrat Party that even the most hardcore people who have supported the Democrat Party has saying enough is a freaking enough. All the support that y'all doing with all this drag queen reading the children thing and all now in California, there's a bill up that says that they want to sign where a therapist or whatever can emancipate your child, basically take your child away from you if you don't go along with the gender identity thing. Take your child from you. I said a long time ago, anybody with common sense should be out of California. I mean, sure, go there to visit, enjoy the weather, whatever, and come and go right back to your state where they got some common sense. At least I know in the state of Texas, that's not happening. Y'all say, I know Greg Abbott and them is not some of the best people at times, but I don't have them problems. And I'm glad. I would never live in a state where I got them kind of problems. I will get out of here so fast that Texas turned into that mess. I couldn't live in a blue state. I'll just say it straight up. I couldn't live in a blue state. Sorry, I couldn't do it. It's what they allow and they go along with. It's not conducive. But these people with the Democrat Party is so invested. And like I said, what should piss y'all off the most is that they tell you go out there and vote. And what the Shields tell you? Well, if you don't vote, then how we gonna get anything? And you know what you could tell them, right? You tell them back, see, now you got the ammo, y'all. You got the ammo to say this. Then people that just came across the border didn't vote, and look all the money they getting. They didn't vote. Maybe I should be like them. They didn't show up to vote. They wasn't standing in long lines, raining and anything else to vote. They didn't early vote. They came right in and got resources. I've been voting for 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, and I haven't got nothing like them people got coming across the border like that. That's your new ammo to them people telling you, you got to get out there and vote. Well, if you don't have a seat at the table, when the people across the border didn't have a seat at the table, did they? And they came right on into your city. People in Chicago, they came right into your city. People in New York and anywhere else that they coming to, and they getting resources, and yet you on the streets, homeless. So why should we go out there and vote for you again? Why is it dangerous for us to stay home? Can you answer those questions? I mean, hey, answer the questions. See, the Democrats gave y'all the ammo to fire back at them. Let's see what they're going to say. Because, they're trying to play word salad with you, but at the end of the day, they don't have an answer. You can't tell me to go freaking vote for you when them people didn't vote at all. And they got your tax dollars and my tax dollars. They even breaking laws and everything else coming in here. But let you go break a law. Let you go break one. Watch what kind of jail cell they got for you. The Democrats don't do anything for black people. Right now, for instance, I'm not a fan of marijuana and all that. I'm not a fan of that. I'm just not. Some people are literally addicted to it. They can't go a day without it. I know in some instances it could be used for therapeutic reasons, certain people with certain pain. I get that portion of it, but we're not talking about those people. You're talking about the people that's so addicted to it. Every day you got to put that mess in your mouth. I never agreed with putting people in mass incarceration because of that. So they want people, now they're telling Biden and well, you need to go on and just on a federal level, declassify it. Whereas, in other words, where it's not an issue, so on the state level, they can't really do much to you either. But okay, let's say if they do it, then what you need to do, if you choose to do that, let everybody out of jail, wipe their record clean, and let them start off with a 700 credit score. Make a deal with the credit bureaus to give them a 700 credit score when they get out, so they can go obtain, places to stay. They can get credit cards. They can actually have a decent start on life. Okay, because for years black men was selling it and going to jail. Now all of a sudden white men could go get a license and they making billions. Even in them so-called Democrat states that got it legal. Who is running the yard on that? Them folks. They're not even giving black people a chance like that. They say the licenses and regulations are so hard and expensive a lot of times. You understand? But that's your Democrats. That is your Democrats. But they're your friends, though. They are your friends. But yeah, you're supposed to keep going vote for them. This is who you vote for. Anybody who's trying to open your eyes to get off of the ownership of the Democrats, they always going to be a problem. This is why people attack me a lot, because I'm talking about this on this podcast. I'm trying to wake a lot of you up to the reality of what it is. You are owned. You are owned by the Democrat Party. It's just that simple. No different than Calvin Candy in Django Unchained. You're owned by these people. And Stephen, he is the representative of the Democrat shills. Them two work together. You ain't figured that part out? When you see the Democrat shield, Calvin's right there. He put Stephen to do all the dirty work. He ain't got to do a whole lot of dirty work. You understand? He tells Stephen what to do. That's why your Democrat shields go out there on the attack. And they go on these shaming tours and all that, just trying to get you back in line. But the problem for the shills is you got people like myself and many others that don't work. Because we have seen what the truth is, and we have seen what righteousness is, and we know that you're working with the devil. We know that. There's nothing you can say to shake us. It's just bottom line. But Ice Cube, this is what I would say, brother. Listen, you say you want to go on Ice Cube, brother, you say you want to go on podcasts and places like that. Brother Ice Cube, and y'all can pass this message to him. You can clip this and send it to him. Brother Ice Cube, if you're going on a podcast and place like that, you're definitely welcome to come speak with me. I would put you on our African Diaspora News channel, the one that got the 1.5 million subscribers. I'll put you on there so you can talk to the most people there. And because what we talk about here is relevant over there too, right? And you're definitely welcome to come over here and have a conversation. And I definitely want to hear what you got to say, and I'll let you have the floor, because we need more of our brothers to come out and just tell the truth, man, and not be afraid to wake up black people to get up off that Democrat Party, because they aren't doing nothing for us. Like I say, y'all should feel so disrespected at this point that these people could come across the border and come into your city, right in your face, Chicago and New York, and get resources on them. Now, are they giving them individual checks? No. But it's the fact is they spending your tax dollars on them and didn't even ask you about it. Didn't even consider you anything. Just spending your money. And you're supposed to be okay with that. But they don't have money for reparations, right? But y'all let me know what y'all think about what Ice Cube is talking about here. He made the mistake in white supremacy of trying to stand up for black people and get them off of Democrat. How dare he do that? How dare he? And this is why he's on the outs with all the gatekeepers.